Welcome to Jacksonville, Alabama, a hidden gem a few miles from the border of Georgia and home to the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State, where these fans are fired up for this showdown about to play out on Burgess Snow Field. And this is the kind of game college football fans love, because they don't have to wait for the weekend for this Conference USA showdown. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Florida International Panthers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Jacksonville State. Gamecocks will kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Panthers' offense takes the field to start this game off. And here's the man they'll try to feed the football to no matter what the coverage looks like, Jesse.
He's their best player on offense, and I like the way this coaching staff moves him around and tries to create good matchups to take advantage of, David.
And that makes it so hard to defend. When the receiver lines up in the same spot every time, I can bring extra coverage. Man, use this guy all over the field as a weapon of mass destruction.
Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. FIU pushing tempo. Looking to pass. It's Jenkins. It's complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Snagged in the middle. It's Rivers. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The lost yardage leaves them with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Complete downfield.
Holding, offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Grabbed in the middle, it's Owens. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. The Gamecocks offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Looking to throw, it's Huff. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to power their way ahead. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Pulls it in. It's Stewart. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
Number 87, on to punt it away.
And there will be no return on this one, and he can't get it out of bounds. The ball will come out to the 20. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Got a man. It's Rivers. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. It'll be a draw. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. FIU will line up to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up his offense nicely. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Turns it on at midfield. Off he goes. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. He's got it on the move. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. Looking to throw, it's Huff. Fires into the end zone. And the pass hits, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Can hang on across the middle on first down, and maybe he was worried about the shot he was going to take. Wants to throw on second down. He's got him this time. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive. Now 1st and 10 from their own 46. He's looking to throw it, feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Jacksonville for an entertaining first half than you? And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. And with that, let's head back to the guys at JSU Stadium.
FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. Fielded in the end zone. It's right. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on O. He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first down. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Gamecocks will hustle to the line.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Back to throw, it's Huff. Finds the tight end. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. And the Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Still running at the 40. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Gets it out quickly.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
It's easy to think back to 2014, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, the last time we had a game go into overtime as a scoreless tie. Let's see if that's the way this one goes as we start the 4th. He caught it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3. And this offense is so close they can almost taste taking a 4th quarter lead, but they don't want to leave too much time on the clock for an answer. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line. They want to power it in on the ground on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
We finally get some points on the board. The defense has been dominating the day. Unbelievable job. 3 quarters of shutout football. Now finally some points on the board. Let's see where this goes now once you've created some momentum.
Getting set for the point after. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ranked teams having at it this week, and take a look at what's going down. Arkansas is currently up big right now. So much so, feels like we can hear Pig Suey inside our studio.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass.
They're up by 20 over Texas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Rivers. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Panthers want to move quickly.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big third down. Off the play fake. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Can't find his man, it'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Smart move to keep it on the ground. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The run from the shotgun. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Florida International offense is back on the field. Back to pass, it's Jenkins. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep.
Fires and picked off. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. Fans of defense probably love this game, guys. Fans of offense, not so much. But fans of winning? Oh, everybody's a fan of winning, and they found a way to get it done.
A win is a win is a win is a win. It doesn't matter how you get it done. This was not pretty by any stretch. Phenomenal defense, offense. They've got a lot of work to do coming up. But at the end of the day, David, that's a happy locker room.
Yeah, you know what? You pretty boys say it's not pretty. That was beautiful. That was gorgeous. You talk about hitting people. You talk about tackling. You talk about physicality. Yes, please. I like all those. That was pretty to me.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.